Let's make 10 liters of vanilla and orange flavored scones, vanilla custard flavored scones. First, I whipped up my wet ingredients. 6 eggs went in there. I whisked, and then I added 2 cups of brown sugar, whisked it in, and then I added 3 cups of amasi, and then from there on I added 1 cup of vanilla custard, the kind that comes in a box already prepared, and then I added my orange flavor. I added half an orange. The orange was quite large, and then I zested it up all over, like really to intensify that orange flavor. And then to also add in more vanilla flavor, I added some vanilla essence. I added 2 teaspoons and a little bit, so like a good splash of vanilla essence. And then I added 12 cups of flour. To that I added 11 teaspoons of baking powder, and then 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. And then to the dry ingredients, I then rubbed in my margarine. I first grated it. I use it frozen, no need to melt it first. You just grate it into your flour, and then you rub until you get like crumbs. So you are crumb coating your flour so that the gluten strands don't intensify when you add your wet ingredients, so you still remain with a wet scone. And then you add your wet to your dry ingredients, and then you goxa, you mix vasuka switoko. You don't even have to really overdo that, because your flour will become hard if you overdo the mixing. Just mix until the wet and dry are combined. And then after that I cut up my scones. My scones were baked at 180 degrees Celsius for a good around like 20 minutes, but you just need to look at them. Once they get golden on top, they are quite done. So I use that setting, the one that hits both on top and at the bottom, to bake my scones. So here I was still cutting up my scones. I just rolled it up using a glass. I could not find my baking pin, so yeah, the glass came in quite handy. And then after you bake, they will be ready to enjoy. They were really yummy and lovely. You can double the recipe to make 20 liters.